Alright guys, I got a little haul video here, my very last Big Lots haul. And I say my last because while I still have time to maybe go to another Big Lots here in town, I really don't have the time for it. And Big Lots are closing in my area. Over 300 locations, I believe that's just here in California, maybe it's more. So mine are closing. I will soon have no Big Lots here in my town. I go visit my grandparents out in a desert town about 2 hours from me. That Big Lots has been closed for a while, so there's none within miles from me pretty soon here. So I had to go because number one, they're closing, so I want to see what good deals I get, and also I wanted to see. I saw some Disney titles showing up, and I only got one of the Disney titles that I was seeing show up. The other ones I didn't see, or I saw a couple of them, but they were the ones I didn't want or already had. So, yeah, I only grabbed four things, which is pretty sad because usually when I go to Big Lots, I grab a little bit more than that. But, I would say three of these are pretty exciting. This other one I just kind of grabbed on a whim, which is John Wayne's Suspense Collection. This has four movies that are all Paramount DVDs, and I checked to see if any of these had Blu-rays, but none of them do. It's a really nice box here. Very cool. So this one is The Man in the Vault. Never seen it. Never seen any of these, but, that's interesting. Plunder of the Sun. Track of the Cat. Ring of Fear. That one seems the most interesting. But yeah, I've never seen any of these. And this set was like, I think less than $5 with the discount because they're closing. It was like $6, but it was like less than $5. Four movies for less than $5 in this nice box set here. I'm going to go visit my grandma, so I think I might take these with me. Maybe we can watch some of I can watch some of these with her. And if I don't necessarily like them, there's a chance she might like them, and I'll just give her the box set. These are all 50s movies. There's two of them from 1954, one's from 1953, and one is from 1956. And I think all of these... Okay, so all these are widescreen except for this one. This one's full screen, which is kind of odd. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. None of these have Blu-rays. So, it is Paramount. They have been kind of diving into their back catalog somewhat and doing some Blu-rays, so maybe there's a chance these could get these, but honestly, I've never heard of any of these. Who knows? So I just grabbed the set just to check them out. If it's a misfire, it's only $5. This other DVD I grabbed, Scooby-Doo, Guess Who? The complete first season. So this is a newer Scooby-Doo show that is in the vein of Scooby-Doo, the new Scooby-Doo movies. If you don't know what the new Scooby-Doo movies was, essentially Hanna-Barbera made the original Scooby-Doo show. It ended. It ran for like a couple of seasons, right? And then they brought it back in this hour-long format called the new Scooby-Doo movies, which is just the Scooby-Doo characters, and they like meet Batman, Don Knotts, the Addams Family, like different guest stars, basically. It was like a variety show where they meet guest stars. Well, not a variety show, but it was like a, like a cameo TV show type deal. This is a modern version of that they made a couple years ago. It only has 2 seasons. Both seasons actually have DVDs. So I had this in my wish list because I wanted to get both seasons actually. They did not have season 2, but they had season 1. So I went and grabbed it. It was $8 originally. It was like less than that with the discount. There's some pretty cool ones on here, like Weird Al's got an episode and stuff. I've never seen the show. I'm meaning to watch it, and for $8, that was the right price. So I snagged that. And I love Scooby-Doo, guys. So I'm sure I'll eat that up. Now this is one of the Disney titles they had, but this was the only one I could find out the Disney drop, and it's kind of like one of the least exciting ones, but it's interesting. Confessions of a Shopaholic. This is a Touchstone Blu-ray. I think this might be actually out of print. I'm not sure. It's got Isla Fisher It's a Jerry Bruckheimer production. Who's a great producer. Never seen the movie, but I am a shopaholic, as you can see, because I'm showing you movies I bought. So there you go. I grabbed that. And then lastly, I grabbed. This was the cheapest one. I think it was like $3, but again, it was cheaper than with that. All this was like $19 and some change. So it was like $20 for a season of a show and 6 movies. That's a pretty good deal, even if some of these end up not being the greatest, but I went in and snagged them. But this is Teen Titans Go to the Movies. I don't really love this movie, and I think at one point it was $5 somewhere. I think it was Target a long time ago, and every time I saw this for $5, I was like, yeah, I'll pass. And I really regret not getting it, because now it's become harder to find. Not like super hard to find, but you can't just order this off of Amazon. It's always sold out, so 3 days. So when I saw it in there, I'm like, all right, I did want to have this, complete my DC collection, right? I want to have all the DC animated stuff. I just don't like this show. And I remember when this movie started coming out in theaters, there were like people in the animation community being like, oh, well, it's not like the show. It's actually good. It's kind of funny, right? You watch it, and it's not. It's got a couple gags that are really clever and really smart, but then the rest are just shitty and just bad. Right? Like, it's just bad. So, it's got a nice soundtrack to it, though. I do like some of the original songs they did. My superhero movie. Or upbeat, inspirational song about life. Right? That stuff's good. Nicolas Cage being Superman, and this is great. It's better than his cameo in The Flash, you'll say that. So, it was worth... I'll probably watch this one more time. I think this movie kind of embodies what I don't like about modern animated movies, where there'll be like a couple jokes for the adults that are really clever, and then the movie gets a pass as being smart, when it's really just a lazy bullshit kids movie first and foremost. I mean, the fucking baby Superman twerks in this movie. Like, I don't need to see that shit. You don't need to see that shit. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe.